says unto my spiritual master, who with the torchlight of knowledge has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance. Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale svayam rupah kadamahyam dadati svapadantikam. When will Srila Rupa Goswami... Ну, так краще. Ага. Ну, добре, дякую. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guruk Shri Yuta Pada Kamalach Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajitam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and of all the other preceptors on the path of devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas and unto the 6 Goswamis, including Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and their associates. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all his devotees, headed by Srivasa Thakura. I then offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis, headed by Lalita and Vishakha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate, Gopisha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. O my dear Krishna, ocean of mercy, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the cowherd man and the lover of the gopis, especially Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kancha Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Paripriya. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold and who is the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha kalpata rupyascha kripasindhu pya evacha patitanam pavanapyo vaishnavapyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my obeisances to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa and all others in the line of devotion. It's the Panchatattva you can see on the altar. Everybody knows, yes, Panchatattva, of course. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the translation of this mantra, the meaning of this mantra: my dear Lord and the spiritual energy of the Lord, kindly engage me in your service. I am now embarrassed with this material service. Please engage me in your service. Have you know this meaning of the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, or it's something new for you? Do you know this meaning of Hare Krishna mantra before? No? No, so if you had known this knowledge, so now you will understand what this Hare Krishna mantra means, and it's very auspicious, and it will be clean us from this material energy, from influence of this material energy. Do you know that now is going this month, how it's called, Purushottama month? Purushottama month, yeah. It's how in India you use which calendar, like we use here in Ukraine, Hare Krishna. Or maybe moon calendar. Do you use moon calendar in India? Yeah, it's on moon calendar, Purushottama month, and it's will be each 3 years. Yeah, this month appeared. So we will not see this month 3 years. It's very auspicious to do some practice, spiritual service, and spiritual investments in your life, because this all your boons will increase in 1,000 times in this month. So you can offer maybe ghee lamp or just these sticks, dhupa sticks. Last maybe Saturday came some devotees from your country. They finished, they graduated, and they came with the deities of Mahadev and Parvati and Ganesh. And they brought the deities and these dhupa sticks, and they left a little bit sticks to us. What I want to say? I want to ask, do you have any deities maybe here? No? You have? Which deities? Hanuman. You have Hanuman deities.
And
Who is?
Mahadev.
Mahadev. Sorry. Hare Krishna. Great. So you do some puja or some service at your home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, every shower, take a shower, and then
Every what?
then pray.
Great. Okay. So today I will read some Srila Prabhupada lecture. I think everybody knows who is Srila Prabhupada, yes, of course. This was lecture on Bhagavad Gita, about introduction to Bhagavad Gita. It was given in Los Angeles, November 23 and 1968. So Srila Prabhupada was saying about Bhagavad Gita, about the introduction, that the Bhagavad Gita is also known as the Gita Ishapanishad, Gita Panishad. It is the essence of the Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic literature. Hare Krishna. There are many commentaries of the Bhagavad Gita, and the necessity for another should be explained in the following basis. An American lady asked me, to Srila Prabhupada, to recommend an English edition of the Bhagavad Gita which she could read. So it was a lot of translations of Bhagavad Gita in that time already in 1968. It's 50 years ago. And maybe now they are even more. A lot of people translating and interpretation, given their own mind. And Srila Prabhupada, he was not very pleased about that. And in this lecture we will know his things about that, about these interpretations. So the spirit of the Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in the Gita itself. It's like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label of the bottle. So you are medical doctors in future, or even now you can practice, you know what is it. And we cannot take the medicine according to our own directions, or the directions of a friend, or in knowledge of this medicine. We must follow the directions on the label or the directions of our physician. The Bhagavad Gita also should be accepted as it's directly by the speaker himself. The speaker is Lord Krishna. He is mentioned on every page as the Supreme Personality of Godhead or Bhagavan. Bhagavan sometimes means any powerful person or demigod, but here it means Krishna. So we can call Bhagavan some person, powerful, interesting. It's about this medicine, with drugs. Some days ago. Prabhu, you can go here. Please. I took some medicine for my garden, for these tomatoes, growing tomatoes, and for prophylactic I took some these drugs. But I think I have not waited this, so with drugs I put a lot, I think, so almost leaves are dying now. So it's very important. And Prabhupada saying next, most of you must have read some editions of Bhagavad Gita. I will give you instances. One of the English translations, commentaries by Dr. Radha Krishnan, in the 9th chapter, the Lord says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto mad yajimam namaskuru mam evashyasi kaunteya asamshaya. The Lord says that you just always remain thinking of me. That means always remain in Krishna consciousness. Simply, this Krishna consciousness means some way or other you have to think of Krishna always. Some way or other you just engage yourself in some activities so that it can remind you about Krishna. Yeah, it's very hard to always remember about Krishna. Prabhuji, can you put this poga to the they will offer? So always remember about Krishna. That is the perfection. Like here is the light. A perfect devotee sees the light, not the light as it is, but he sees some relationship with Krishna or Krishna in the light. This is stated in the Bhagavad Gita also, that Prabhashmi Shashi Surya Yoh. Krishna says that I am the taste of the water. Now, it was hard for me to understand what's the taste of the water, but when I do some hiking in the mountains and I'm thirsty, so that water, it's so sweet, so tasty. So that is taste of the water, it's Krishna. Now, when you are thirsty, you want water. You feel some nice taste in the water, but by which your thirst is satisfied. Yes, now I am satisfied. So Krishna says, I am that taste. Similarly, he says, Prabhashmi Shashi Surya Yoh. The light in the sun, in the moon, that I am that light. In this way, he has described it. So when one is highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, in everything, in every action and every phenomenon, he will see only Krishna. That is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. So that is our goal. Maybe some of you already see the Krishna in everything, no? Or we have these people. You see? Yes. In everything. Everything. Even when you're sitting on some bored lecture on your medicine, you can think about Krishna. Yeah, you see it? Yeah. I can't every time. So you're lucky, because you're from Mathura maybe. Because you're Yadav. Yes. Great. So that is so what is being taught in the 9th chapter and in this verse, Manmana bhava mad bhakto, I always think of me. This is the sum maybe, and substance of all spiritual advancements. What is that? Smarta vyam satato vishnu. One should always be absorbed in the thought of Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We call it Samadhi. That is perfection of yoga. The yoga system is the practice of the most lower class man, I mean to say spiritually, not materially, because their mind is so much distracted from here and there. They have to concentrate the mind by practice and focus the mind on Vishnu. That is the yoga perfection, real. Now they are manufacturing so many other things, but the real yoga practice is this, that you have to draw your attention from everything and focus the same on Vishnu form. That is yoga system. Dhyana Vashita Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginach. This is the definition of yogi. They are in meditation. So Dhyana Vasthita means meditation. So those who are yogis, you have heard so much about meditation. There is very popular word in our countries, in Western countries. And what is meditation? We think about this meditation really that you need to sit down in some quiet place and think about nothing, or about some nature, about some water, about the light of a candle. So I had some practice like this, but we never know about in Western countries that we need to meditate to the God, because we even in Christianity we didn't know how he looks like. In Christianity they paint him like a very old man with a beard. Have you seen in the churches? They paint Jesus Christ, the spirit like Brahmajyoti, the pigeon, white pigeon, and the Father Lord, they paint like very old man. So the meditation is to focus the mind on the form of Vishnu. So this instruction you will find in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Always think of me. That is the perfection of life. Always thinking of Vishnu. But one commentator, very big commentator, he says, this meditation is not up to Krishna. Just see, Krishna says, just meditate upon me in the Bhagavad Gita, and the commentator says, and the commentator says, it's not up to Krishna. In this way, in similar way, or a different way, every commentary on Bhagavad Gita so far published, I have seen, Srila Prabhupada saying, I have seen their business is how to divert one's attention from Krishna, although in the Bhagavad Gita the main factor is Krishna. That is mentioned here. What is that? Read on, the Bhagavad Gita has come. So we have Bhagavad Gitas, you can take one of them. And somebody of devotees asking Srila Prabhupada about the last sentence was Bhagavan sometimes mean any means any powerful person or demigod, but here it means Krishna. This is confirmed by all the great. And Prabhupada answering, now this Bhagavan you have heard many times, I have explained it. Bhaga. Bhaga means opulence. There are 6 kinds of opulence. What is that? Wealth, and then influence, strength, reputation and knowledge, beauty and renunciation. If a man is wealthy, very rich, just like in the USA they have Rockefeller's family, Ford, there are many rich men in USA or in Europe. They are very rich. So if one is very rich, he is called opulent. If a man is very reputed, famous man, he is also opulent. If a man is very strange, they had to fight with the opponents. So that is also opulence, the strength. And then beauty, a very beautiful man or woman, that is also opulence. And wise, very learned, wise man, that is also opulence. Scientist, philosopher, mathematician, so they are also opulent. And renouncer. Renouncer, that is that one who give up everything. He has everything in his possession, but he dispose himself. That is called renunciation. Just like King Maharaja Bharata, under those name, India is called Bharata Varsha. He was the an emperor of the world, but at the age of 24 years only he gave up everything, his young wife, young children. Also Lord Buddha was prince, but very young emperor of the world. Lord Buddha was a prince, but very young boy. At the age of 20 years or something like that, he gave up everything, his father's kingdom. This is called renunciation. At the present moment, hardly there is any sense of renunciation, but formerly there were many kings, many princes who renounced everything for spiritual advancement. So these 6 principles are called Bhaga. Yeah, in our time we cannot find some kings or some politics that can show us real renunciation. So these 6 principles are there, just like we are minute part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Fragment, very small fragment. So every one of us have got some money according to our capacity. Every one of us has got some strength or some reputation or some beauty or some knowledge. Comparatively, it may be that your position may be greater than me, or others' position may be greater than you. That not all of us on the same level. There are comparative positions. So Bhagavan means you go on searching. When you find a person that nobody is richer than him, nobody is stronger than him, nobody is reputed than him, nobody is wiser than him, nobody is more beautiful than him, and nobody is renouncer than him, he is Bhagavan, he is God. So all this you will find in Krishna. That is the significance of Krishna. When Krishna was present on this material world, so nobody could excel him in any of those opulences. Nobody. So far richness is concerned, he exhibited his richness with his indistinct. He married 16,108 wives, and each wife had a palace, and the palace did not require light. It was bedecked with valuable jewels, so at night the light of these jewels they illuminate the rooms. Can you imagine such house? And not only that, that he married 16,000 wives, and he was apart from them. No, with each wife he was present simultaneously in all these palaces. With some of wife he's talking, with some wife he's playing, with some wife he is looking after the children. In this way Narada Muni traveled all the houses, all the palaces. He saw Krishna and there engaged. This is called opulence. So far power is concerned, there were so many fights with Krishna, nobody could conquer him. So far beauty is concerned, you know Krishna's beauty, even from the picture. And all the gopis in Vrindavana, Krishna at the age of 16th year, naturally at that time boys are very beautiful, any man even. So he was so beautiful that all the gopis prayed to Yogamaya. Everyone prayed, my dear mother, please give me Krishna as my husband. So this is, but in distinct significance is that the day they prayed, the next day there was, perhaps you know that Krishna's Vastranam Lila. Vastranam Lila means in India still there are places in Punjab, then girls and women take bath, they keep their clothing in the river. I mean to say, not in the bathroom. In the rivers they keep their clothing in the shore, on the bank, and they dip into the water completely naked. Maybe it was 50 years ago, not now. You girls do like this? No? I see. So that place is completely separate for the woman. No man can go there. This is the system still somewhere. They will take bath fully and they will come and again dress. And women, they are all naked, there was no shame. No man and no boy can go there. This Vastranam Lila was that Krishna still went there, stealthily went there and took up all their clothes and got up on a tree with the clothings. And they cannot come out of the river. Krishna, you're very naughty. Give us our clothes, give us our clothes. That was Vastranam Lila. The Yogamaya that everyone prayed, that let us have Krishna as our husband. Now Krishna was at that time only 15, 16 years, no older. In India, still the boys of 15, 16 years, they are not married. At least he must be 20, 22 years. Is it true? Yeah. Oh, I think we have the same average. And girls are married between 12 or 16 years. We don't have the same. You have this now? No, not now. It's in the past, yeah. That is the Vedic system. Neither it was possible for Krishna to marry all the girls, but they all prayed. So, how to fulfill their desire? That was Vastranam Lila. Vastranam Lila means that according to any human civilization system, a woman can become naked only before husband. So Krishna fulfilled that you are naked, I am before you, so I am your husband. That's all. Wholesale acceptance. That was the purpose, but the nonsense people, they differently interpret. So Krishna's opulence. So Krishna's opulence, beauty, strength, and so far wisdom at least you can test. Now the wisdom see preliminary wisdom only. Preliminary talks on spiritual matter is discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. And this book is still read even after 5,000 years all over the world. Just see his wisdom. That is the test. Big scholars, big religionists, philosophers, they are bewildered still about Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, there are so many interpretations. But this, what is this Bhagavad Gita? It's the ABCD of spiritual knowledge. It's not very high depth of spiritual knowledge. High depth of spiritual knowledge is in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is only entrance. Just like children are taught ABCD or first book of knowledge, it's only the first book of knowledge. And what is that first book of knowledge? The first book of knowledge teaches from the very beginning that you are not this body. That is the beginning of knowledge, spiritual knowledge. And the whole world, great philosophers, great politicians, now Srila Prabhupada is saying that yesterday some boy gave him some paper. There is discussion about transcendental meditation. There was publication of our activities also, and some others are. So the so-called transcendental meditation, they are discussing on the mind, and the Bhagavad Gita mind is immediately rejected as metta. So transcendental meditation, they are on the platform of the mind. Just see. And Bhagavad Gita says that mind is external in nature only. In the gross material concept of life, we are under the impression that I am this body. Therefore, we are concerned with the senses. If our senses are gratified, we think we are now satisfied. So this is the gross type of existence. I mean to say existence of ignorance, illusion, maya, when one is under the thought that I'm this, I'm that. This is illusion. Illusion means you accept something. Something is presented as reality and you accept it. Just like the example is given, water in the desert, mirage. There is no water, but an animal is hankering, is running after water in the desert. That is practical, that due to sunshine there is a reflection, it appears in the desert. Sometimes you might have seen, not here in India, we have seen several times that exactly there is a vast water and it's reflecting the reflection. That is called mirage. There is not a drop of water, but the animal, then he is thirsty, he thinks there is a water. He jumps into the desert and the water is going ahead, and he is running after it and then dying. So this illusion that I am this body. So we are after this sense gratification. Body means the senses. So what is mirage, illusion? Just like the animal is running after water in the desert. So even this yoga system, the Hatha yoga system, that is also based on this illusion. They are trying to put this water under certain exercise and thinking that they are elevating themselves in spirit. But Bhagavad Gita in the beginning says that you are not this body, neither this mind. This is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, that is ABC. Any person who does not know that I am not this body, he has no even ABCD knowledge of spiritual kingdom. If one is attracted with this bodily function or mind, mental functions, he is outside the spiritual purview altogether. Purview. Yeah, I did some this Hatha yoga system, and in some kind it helps me because I was in past not in Krishna consciousness, and then I started to do some Hatha yoga practice, asanas, and made some kriyas, the purifying practice, like Shank Prakshalana. This. Do you know this? No? I will not tell you about them. So it's like purifying a little bit, maybe you're cleaning some kind of your karma, and then the knowledge can go inside me easily. I think in my example it was like this. But as we can see, we need to know that we are not this body in the same in the beginning. Okay, he rejected immediately. That test is in the Bhagavad Gita. These people who so-called yogis, so-called karmis. Karmis means the ordinary worker. Those who are running in the street with motor car, this way and that way, very busy. You see, it's like rickshaw. What are they? They are karmis. Karmis means under the bodily concept. They are thinking that comfort of this body and sense gratification is the end of life. That is karmi. If they got very nice apartment, nice wife and good bank balance and a very nice dress, oh, there is a perfection, that's all. That is karmi. And jnani means that then they are confused, just like there are a section of people in you're confused. Actually, they want to see what is my actual position. They are called jnani, men of knowledge. So jnana or knowledge is on the mental plane and karma is on the bodily plane. So some section of people, they are engaged in this bodily platform, and some section of people are engaged in the mental platform. Whatever religion and process of elevation of life we have manufactured, they can be grouped in two ways, mental and bodily. That's all. And Bhagavad Gita is transcendental, neither on the mental plane nor on the bodily plane. Therefore, the last instruction of Bhagavad Gita is Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Dharma, you have created so many religions, principles, so many concocted spiritual ways of life, or material ways of life. Somebody are materialistics and somebody are so-called spiritualists. So Krishna says that you have to give up all this nonsense on the mental platform and bodily platform. You have come to the transcendental platform. And what is that transcendental platform? To understand your relationship with Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. And some devotee asked, this is confirmed by all the great teachers, including Shankara and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In India, there are many authorities on Vedic knowledge, and they have virtually all accepted Shri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should therefore accept the Bhagavad Gita as it is, directed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Prabhupada answering, and here is an important fact. The other day, while I was walking, I saw an advertisement of tourist agent. India can view wonderful land, the wonderful land. Anyway, so I asked Kartikeya. So India is considered very wonderful. He said, yes. Anyway, in India is still considered the land of spiritual cultivation. Even one Chinese author, he has written that if you want to study religion, then you have go to India. He is impartial. He is not Indian or no an American or any country. He is Chinese. Chinese are considered to be communist country. But he has very impartial said that if you have to learn what is religion, then you have go to India. Anyway, India actually, it is the land of religion, Dharma Kshetra. Although it was gone down at the present moment, but anyway, there are two sections amongst the Indian bona fide religionists. That means bona fide religions, those who are following the Vedic principles. They are called bona fide. Anyway, bona fide. Anyway, that is that the system in the bygone ages, even 1000 years ago, and now that just like Buddha, like Buddha religion. Buddha religion is also Indian religion. Lord Buddha, he was Indian. He just like Lord Chaitanya began his propaganda from Bengal. Lord Buddha made his propaganda from Bihar. He was Indian. But the defect was that he did not acknowledge the authority of the Vedas. Therefore, his philosophy was considered atheism. And this Shankaracharya drove away all the Buddhists from the land of India. Therefore, they took shelter in China, Japan, Burma, we call it Burma, outside India. So anyway, strict religionists, they are followers of Vedas, and they are divided in two groups. One group led by Shankaracharya, and the other group is led by Vaishnavas, or generally Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, or Lord Chaitanya. They are all the same, Vaishnava. Now all these two groups, following the Vedic principles, they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So far, Indians' authoritative persons are concerned, there is no two options that Krishna is not God, but of them accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality. Both of them accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So far, we are concerned, Vaishnavas, we accept. There is no doubt about it. There are four different parties of Vaishnavas. All of them accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are 8 commentaries of the very authoritative, very large commentaries of the Srimad Bhagavatam of these Vaishnavas, and all of them accept Krishna. So far, the other party is concerned. The impersonalists led by Shankaracharya, a great stalwart scholar, he also accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says, Sa Bhagavan Swayam Krishna. The concept of personality of Godhead here is Krishna. And people may misunderstand. Therefore, he has specifically mentioned Krishna, who has appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Particularly, just like when you have to put your identification, you have to give your father's name or your husband's name. Similarly, the same principle as Shankaracharya has followed. He said Krishna, the Krishna who has appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. So there is two opinions. No, or this Krishna may be another Krishna. No, so that is stated here. Yes, Krishna is accepted the Supreme Personality of Godhead by all the followers of Veda. That is fact, yes. Okay, let's finish. So maybe you have some thoughts about this position of the Krishna or the Bhagavad Gita. You can discuss. We have a little time. Now will be Kirtan.
Yeah.
What yes? No? No? Okay. So we are our devotees. Maybe somebody already read Srimad Bhagavatam. No? Do you know about Srimad Bhagavatam? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very huge. Now I'm only midway of this huge so Gita is much easier. So we need to understand that we are not this body, not in the we need not to be on this mental platform, bodily platform, and go up to the transcendental spiritual platform. And always remember about Krishna. Like Prabhu. Like this Prabhu. Holy Prabhu. Okay, I will call them to go down and play Kirtan. Shri Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Bol.